It's all of us.
Tulsi Gabbard greets supporters in Santa Monica. The Hawaii Congresswoman has given a lei and a standing ovation from local Democrats. The soldier in the Army National Guard is running on a non-interventionist foreign policy. We spoke in an exclusive interview.
I will end these wasteful regime change wars, work to end this new Cold War and nuclear arms race.
She says she'd pull all troops out of Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and not send any to places like Venezuela.
Since 9/11 alone, we've seen anywhere from $6 to $8 trillion going to pay for these wasteful regime change wars.
Joining the National Guard after 9/11.
Gabbard says ending these wars will allow her to pay for things like universal health care and tuition-free college. What happens if we all of a sudden leave? Are you worried that Russia or China or Iran or some of these other countries might fill that power vacuum?
You know, it's an unfortunate argument that often dismisses the fact that it is our regime change wars in these countries like Iraq, Libya, Syria, our ongoing war in Afghanistan that have undermined our national security, have made us less safe by strengthening terrorist groups like ISIS.
If elected, Gabbard, a surf enthusiast, would make history in a variety of ways. At 38, she'd be the first millennial president, the first woman president, the first Hindu president, and the first Iraq war veteran to be president.
These things are not only motivating me to run for president, but they are what makes me qualified.
In a crowded field, Gabbard has struggled to gain traction in early polls. But she's clearly beloved by a loyal base.
Mainly her stance on anti-war regime.
It's highly valuable to have someone in the White House and in higher levels of government who has been in war, who understands the cost of war.
We'll have a lot more with Tulsi Gabbard on our political show Friday. The issue is at 10:30.
With so many running, how does she plan to get traction in this big race?
Well, and I asked her that question. Yeah. She says it's that message. Nobody else is going as far as she is in terms of this anti-interventionist policies, trying to getting out of the wars. So she thinks that'll help her break out. Clearly, her backstory also very different than everybody else.